So, greetings and welcome to my stream again. I fixed a little problem. I tried everything I wanted to showcase today again and it worked, so I hope this time I will be able to showcase what I wanted to showcase in total. So DCS is not crashing and gives me the satisfaction to show you what we are currently working on. Okay, I will explain from the beginning again. We at the DCZ project think that certain functionalities from the scripting engine should be exposed to the player participating at a DCS battle as a tactical commander. So that literally these tactical commander have all the dynamic functionalities and abilities during a DCS battle which are already present in DCS and could be used to make a more dynamic battle in terms of giving commands to the AI units. So what we do, or what we did, is we developed a vertical prototype. So there are two functionalities which are now exposed to an external tool, and that external tool I want to showcase today. So I've set up a little mission where I try to transport troops first from one position to another with a collection of ground transporters, which already works in the way I have showcased several months ago. And then we literally will unload these troops at another position and land with helicopters there, AI-controlled helicopters, to take these troops inside the helicopters and transport them to another position. And as you probably are aware, there is no real functionality in Combined Arms or in DCS to give helicopter AI units the order to land at a certain position dynamically. So that is only possible if you do it through the mission editor or do it through certain static scripting. So what we do here is we give with an external tool the player the ability to inject dynamic scripts into the script engine so that certain tasks and en route tasks and options of all these AI units can be used. And that is simply possible by exposing literally a little bit loud the music. Okay, there we go. Literally exposing the option functionalities for the AI controllers and the set task functionality of the AI controllers to that external tool. And again, many thanks to, I think his name is Grimes, for maintaining the API documentation for DCS on the Hogged World server. Okay, so what I do is now taking my place as a tactical commander and let the whole thing begin. So my plan is to first took these soldiers into these transporters, which are AA-47s. And after I have loaded them, I transport them to a certain distance, and then I let the helicopter land at that position where the transporter comes, and I unload and reload the troops into that helicopter. Another thing which so we need totally the functionality of landing, which is not exposed to DCS. Another thing I will showcase is we have here a Spitfire with 2 bombs under the wings. And I will give this Spitfire the bombing task to literally that structure. And I will say to him that he shall drop the bomb at an altitude of 2,500 meters and only drop 1 bomb. So first things first is we come up with the new external tool and connect to my dynamic link library, which is hooked into DCS. So I'm starting that external tool right now. Needs some time to start. There we come. There it goes. That is the external tool. Make it a little bit smaller. So we can now say that we want to connect to the server, and we put the IP address on the port of the DCS server, and the port is of course where the dynamic link library is actually listening. So I'm entering the IP address and the port, and after I press OK to connect, all the units and groups belonging to that coalition are showing up. So we literally have, come on, our 3 AAV7s here, the Spitfire and the UH-60A chopper. So the next thing we do is, okay, we should load the troops into the transporter, of course, and that can be done with the functionality I've already showcased several months ago. New vehicle group, load troops, and there it goes. All the troops are inside the vehicle, and let him drive somewhere off-road. Okay, combined arms needs its time to calculate the path, give speed, guys, and then what we also do is we put some coordinates here with F10 mark labels. So I add a new label and I give it a description like landing here. And I also set another label with another position for our other task, which is a bombing task. Bomb here is the description of that one. So all these things we have done now here in the F10 menu, F10 map, sorry, is communicated to our external tool. So if we go now to the helicopter group and say they shall land, then we have a drop-down menu here where both markers are given. And I choose the landing here, and at the very time we press the button to send that command, they instantly change the course and perform the landing task. Okay. The next thing is we give the Spitfire the bombing task, and the bombing task is of course set to the other marker. Come on. So we say bombing, bomb here, any kind of bomb. We shall only use one bomb. We shall only make one attack at, let's say, 2,500 meters from any direction he finds it good to bomb. And we say send, and he directly changes the course and directly goes down to the desired altitude. Hello, Niapon. Thank you for the nice words. Yeah, we think it's really also a tool which is necessary. So, okay. Now we go back to the transporter, and these transporters shall unload the troops. So we can go to the F10 menu and say the new vehicle group, which has 20 of 75 troops currently transported, shall unload the troops. And there comes the troops. So next thing is we wait for the helicopter to actually land at the desired positions. but maybe we make some space and say, give the AAV7 the command to leave that place. Hello, J. Kramer 5. Nice to have you here. This is literally an external tool which exposes some of the scripting functionality to give more dynamic access to certain tasks for the technical commander, like bombing and landing and such things. How did you manage to connect it to DCS? Literally, as I said, I have implemented a dynamic link library which hooks into the DCS server, and that dynamic link library also has a separate thread. In that thread, it opens a TCP socket connection, so that an external tool like this tool is actually programmed in Java. That this Java tool can communicate with the dynamic link library, and the dynamic link library is communicating with DCS locally or through direct memory. So what we do is over TCP give certain information to the external tool, that the external tool can be used to reroute tasks or commands back to DCS, and these are then communicated to the scripting environment, to the given unit or group, and for this set task or for the certain task. Okay, I make this on the second monitor for now, and what we see here is literally that our helicopter reaches the destination it shall reach. Okay, let's have a look quickly. Oh, I was not fast enough. As we can see, Spitfire has one bomb less, and it already has bombed at the position where this tech combine stands. Can I actually click on the tech combine or not? There. And we see the crater. Okay, the Spitfire was not precise, but it has done what it shall do. Okay, back to the helicopter, and we see... Oh no. Come on. That the one of the helicopter already has landed, and the second in the group is about to land. So we give the helicopter some time, and there we go. It's now finally landing. Okay, so we can again, over the F10 menu, for the option which already is implemented in the dynamic link library, say that the helicopter group shall load the troops. And there we go. The troops which were transported by the ground units via the AA447s and then unloaded to another destination, were now dynamically loaded into the UH-60s. So what I do now is I say go to higher altitude. Maybe they are doing that now. Okay. Normally they still work through the combined arms. Yeah, there we go. Waypoint system or the command system. And now I say get some height. You shall go a little bit higher. There we go. Okay, and then we could have them to go to another destination, like this destination. There we go. And they're gaining speed. And we could do the same thing again, like let them land to another position. Let's say here. So we maybe come up with another label, and we give this label this time the description landing zone 2. And hey, Bulettenschmied! Schön, dich wieder hier zu sehen. Und danke fürs Subscriben, Jesus Christ. And we look again. Thank you, Funky Chris, for following. We have again a look at our helicopter group, and let's say this time we only choose the second in the group and say landing, and as we see, the new marker is now literally communicated to the external tool, and we can say this second helicopter shall land there and send. And we already see he is changing its course directly after we press the send button. So only one of both helicopters of that group is now going to the new landing position. And that gives us the ability to only unload a certain amount of the troops, because if we have again a look at the F10 menu, we see that 20 of 22 troops are transported by that UH-60, so that means that one UH-60 can actually transport 11 troops. So if we only unload from one troop transporter, only 11 should embark from that second one. I hope I haven't put the landing marker not too far away. I mean, in the meantime, we can actually have our Spitfire another bombing attempt. So again, we go to our external tool and say to the Spitfire pilot, he shall bomb. To bomb here, marker again with any bomb. He makes one attack from 2500, it's still entered, and say send, and he is directly changing the course to execute that task. Okay. And I mean, he only has one bomb left, so after that, that's it. Meanwhile, our helicopter is closing for the marker. A little bit slow, could be faster. But if I now use the combined arms slider, probably he will reset the task. I don't know, so I won't do that before I have to send him the task again. Okay, he's closing. Okay. Let's see how precise he is landing on that position actually. He's slowing and slowing. 6 knots, 5 knots, 2 knots, 1 knot. And he has landed, and I say to the helicopter group to unload the troops, and we see that actually 4, 8, 12, 16, oh, every 20 has, yeah, I think I have to fix that. Every 20 has embarked from that one helicopter. Nevertheless, this is how it now can be done, and how this can be made more dynamically. Greetings, Funky Crisp. Welcome to my stream. Actually, no, it is a combination of the combined arms module and external tool, which we have programmed to literally expose scripting functionality which are already given in DCS, but which is not given to the players right now. So we can have in the project I'm currently doing some more dynamic interaction with the AI units. Okay, let's have a look at the Spitfire, if he's doing his bombing job, or if I'm again too late. Oh, he's making his run. Okay, I would say that takes still some time before he will bomb. After he finished his bombing, I would end the stream. But during this run, is there any question from the viewers right now? Maybe I put the external tool again here into the view. And it's still a prototype, so options and commands are currently under construction, and only the bombing and the landing task is working. All the other tasks isn't implemented yet, but yeah, it's not so much of work after the vertical prototype was done, like the tool communicating with the dynamic link library and the dynamic link library communicating with DCS and forth and back. Unfortunately, this cannot be downloaded and tried out yet, because it is still being worked on. I intend to have an open alpha for my DCZ project during this year. Totally. You're doing the work Eagle Dynamics is supposed to do. Yeah, to some degree. Yeah, exactly. That was a problem. There's so many things. I mean, even this very simple task of orbit, to have the ability to say the aircraft should stay in the air and not return after it finishes its waypoints is already, and at the dynamically chosen position is really a thing which is needed during our very dynamic battles. And Funky Crisp, I will only in the first run make this available for my project, so you can't freely use it. You can only use it in combination with DCZ. Yeah, I hope this too, for certain. So everyone who is new to the DCZ project, there is an URL link to the Eagle Dynamics forums thread I've made 1 or 2 years ago, I don't know. And everything about this project is more or less explained there. So if you don't know about DCZ or don't know what this all is about, you can have a look there. Okay, now he's closing, so he probably will. And there goes the bomb. And it goes more or less in the direction of this this factory. Yeah, maybe he will hit this time. Maybe. Oh yeah, almost. So yes, he has made his bombing task. Okay, this concludes the showcase. So, if there are no further questions, I will again finish the streams, and I'm very happy that it it worked this time. I really don't know what kind of error there is. I mean, it only happened if I started everything during the stream. Yeah, thanks for the kind word, Funky Crisp. It's my pleasure to show that. I mean, literally, if you program a lot and then it really burns under your fingernails to show the people out there what you have done, and to give them a clue what they probably can use in the hopefully near future. Okay, then I will finish the stream now, and thanks everyone for watching and for asking questions and attending to this showcase. And I hope you all will have a quite nice day. And actually, we, Spartan and me, will do our regular F14 fighting PvP stream Friday, so you're totally welcome to come back to this Twitch channel and have a look how we die in the F14 together. And I wish everyone a good morning, a good day, a good afternoon, a good evening, or a good night wherever you are. Have a great day. Goodbye until the next time.